Hey everyone, welcome to the NumPy series. In the last video, we explored how to create a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and even a three-dimensional array. Now, today we are going to talk about what kind of data types arrays can accept. So, in Python, as you're all aware, each variable has a data type. It could be int, it could be float, it could be string. NumPy takes this further. It uses optimize data types like int32, float64, boolean. So we'll look into these today. So first thing first, let's go ahead and import NumPy. And let me go ahead and create a NumPy array. I'm going to use the np.array function for that. Let's create a one-dimensional array, just passing some numbers here. Save it down to a variable array. And let's go ahead and print this array. Also, let's go ahead and print the type of this variable array. So we know this is a NumPy array. This array variable is an object of this ndArray class in NumPy. Now this ndArray class has certain attributes and methods. So one of the attribute it has is the type. It stands for data type, and it tells you the data type of the items in your array. So here, depending on your system, it will return either int 64 or int 32. So this tells us what kind of elements are in our NumPy array and how much memory each element takes. Now the common NumPy data types are you have integer 32, int 64, which are for the whole numbers. Then we have float 32, float 64 for the decimal numbers. You have bool underscore for the Boolean value true and false or conditional statements, you can say. String and Unicode are for the text or string data. Now, can we specify the data type while creating an array? So the answer is yes, we can specify the data type while creating an array. So here I have created an array. The values that I've passed are integer. So here by default, it will say okay because in this list I have integers. So the array would also be created with integer data type. But let's say the array that I want to create here is float. I want float values. So I can use this d type argument and specify here what data type I want. So float. Let's go ahead and print our array and also print the data type of elements of this array using d type attribute. So now you can see all these items have been typecast to a float number. You can see a decimal here. And the data type is also float 32 as we have specified here in the dtype argument. So this is useful when you're optimizing for speed or memory, or when you're working with APIs and you want the data type, the data here to be a specific type. So in those cases, this really comes handy. Now, what if we already have an array, but we want to change its type? So maybe we have an array, we want to change it from integer to float or from string to numbers. So how can we do that? So let's copy this array. And now I want to change this to float. So I have a function for that as type. This function takes the type as an input, what type you want to change it to. So float 64, let's say. And we have to save it down to a new variable. Why? Because the changes that we are doing here do not change the original array. So the original array will remain as it is. So we need to save this down to another variable. Let's go ahead and print our array and also print new underscore array. So you can see the first array remains as it is. If you check the type of this array, don't get confused by looking at it like it looks like a list, but if you check the type of this array variable, it is an object of this ndArray class. Same for new array as well. And as you can see, the data type has changed. And the original array has remained same. Now, what if we have a mix of different types of elements? So maybe, let's say, while creating an array, I had a mix of different data types. I have an integer here. I also have a float. And maybe let's just add a string as well. Let's save it down to a variable. So now what will happen? Because we have discussed this previously that all the items of an array have to be of the same data type. It's a homogeneous collection of items, unlike your list, which is heterogeneous collection. So in this case, what has just happened? So to understand that, let's just go ahead and print A. This is what we are getting. The type is Unicode. So what is NumPy doing? It is upcasting the data to the most flexible type. So hello cannot be converted to an integer or a float, but integer can be converted to a string. The float can also be converted to a string. So NumPy will upcast the data to string because that's the most flexible type. So here all the elements are converted to string. This is called as type promotion. And now you have all the items of the same data type, which is string. So a quick recap, the dtype attribute tells us the type of data inside the array. You have a dtype argument also. While creating an array, you can specify what should be the data type of the items of the array using this dtype argument. Then we have a function called as type. This is used to convert from one type to another. And lastly, we have seen that NumPy promotes types if required. So that's it for this one. Now you know how NumPy handles data type and why it's more efficient than the plain Python list. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and comment below with your questions. See you in the next one.